Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I have printed some pictures, enough for 4 pages, and I'm going to do some prep work for Christie's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, Series 18. So I have printed the PDF file. For some reason it printed on 2 sides, which is annoying because I can't cut them out. But I'm going to take a look at the photos and pick a layout that will work with my different photos. And then I will cut the camera, and then I will go find papers and create page kits based on those sketches. So this first one is going to be a 2-page layout from her dance recital. Sort of curtain call is going to be the title of that. So I'm going to first look at the 2-page layouts. You can always, turn a 1-page layout into a 2-page layout. This one might work because I've got these 4 pictures for this. And then I have I really have 7 photos, so let's look at all of them and see what might work. I am definitely going to do something with this woven one. I love that idea. Let's see. There's another 2-page layout. That won't work, not enough photos. This one might work. I mean, I can modify it. So, this is day 19. I won't do them in order. I'm just going to make things work. So it's got a circle and some strips and some flags and some stars and the title here, which I could do as curtain call. So let's see. That I might be able to make that work. That's a possibility. This one's mine, you guys. Oh, it says day 14. I thought it was going to be day 22. Day 14 is my sketch. So everybody go and do that sketch. Let's see, she must have reordered them. Ooh, look at this one with a circular element, lots of photos. I like this stacking of the photos. All right. So we're going to try this one. It looks like it's got some mixed media, some strips, some florals. I think this might be I like this stacking and then the circular element. I could do a big doily or something behind it. And I've got lots of flowers in these pictures. Okay. I like it. I won't have quite this many photos. All right. So that is going to be, and I'm going to look for a big doily. I did the doily exchange. So I'm going to put this on the back so I don't get sticky on the photo. Day 23. All right. So that's one. And then I'm going to call that curtain call. Did I write that on here? 7 photos, and okay. All right, that's one. Let's do a 1-page layout. This is Family Feast. You can tell I like alliteration. A lot of these would work, but let's start with maybe an early. I'm going to start from the beginning and see if there's one from the beginning that will work. Almost any of these will work, really. Let's see. this one could work. I just have 2 photos. I could probably make this one work for that. I definitely want to do that one. I could also make mine work for it. But I would do hearts instead of stars. I think I want to do something that's real close to this. So I'm going to do, like, I want to use stars. I want to do it almost exactly as I've drawn it. And then I'm going to assume everybody else is going to do variations. So we're going to do day 9 for this set of pictures. And that's the Weave Family Feast. And the Weave. I think that'll be fun. All right. Now then, this is Showtime, and it's going to be a 1-page layout. I have 1 big picture and then 2 small pictures, but they're in different, everything's in different orientations. So let's see. I might be able to do this one. You can also just do half of a 1-page layout. Let's see. It's a lot of torn stuff. Ooh, look, that looks almost woven too. All right, let's see. I'm going to do this one. Even though my pictures are a little bit different, I think that's going to work. So this is going to be Showtime. And this is going to be day 29. All right. And I have 1 more, and it is, I could do either a 1-page layout with just jazz, or I have this tap picture, but I could hold off on the tap picture until I print out her formal tap photo. Otherwise I just have this 1 picture. So I could do this. I think I'll do that. I'm gonna hold off on the tap, and I'm just gonna do jazz because I do like the pictures here, and it's red and blue. So the question is, could I do, I have 3x4 photos here, but I could probably, make this work. Yeah, I can cut this photo down a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make this work with mine, which is day 14. And I'm gonna call that Jazzy. And I'm gonna do that as a 1-page. And then I'm gonna figure out tap after. Because I wasn't loving the idea of just doing a 1-page layout. And they're such different feels. So, day 14. Mine. All right. Okay, let me go find papers for these 4 layouts, and we'll put together our page kits. Alrighty, I have my first page kit ready to go. So this is a 1-page layout with these jazzy pictures. We're doing day 14, which is my sketch. So it's got some wavy lines at the top, a straight line at the bottom, stars, 2 photos. I'm gonna do 3 photos. I'm still gonna stick pretty close to my sketch. I found these in my scrap bin and they're already wavy, so that's a cheat. So I'm probably gonna put a wavy line down here and a wavy line up here. And then I found this scrap, so it's not even cut even. So that's gonna make a perfect second wavy line. So I'll make that one wavy. And then I pulled out some additional scraps. A blue that's pretty close to that, not exact, but it doesn't matter. This blue, this silver, I'm gonna use this to cut the title out. I've done that on my, I haven't cut it yet, but I picked a font and stuff on my Cricut. So that's gonna say Jazzy. And then, and cut some stars out of that. And then I have these scraps to cut stars. So I think that's about it. And I'm probably not going to matte these photos. I might matte one of them. I have this. So I might matte this big one in the red. And then I pulled out my star dies, even though they're stitched. I'd rather they not be stitched for this particular layout, but my other star, actually, I don't know if I can't do different sizes. I only have one size that I want the shape of. So I do have a punch that I might use. And then I've pulled out some blue sequins that I think will go. And I have these red, and there's a few clear ones on here too. So that is page kit number 1. And I will put this on the outside or on the top so I can see it. And I need to remember that this paper is not a full 12 by 12. I'm gonna have to cheat this up. So remind me when I start on this page that that's not a full 12 by 12. But it's easy enough to turn into a 12 by 12. And this is gonna get heavy with these dies in here, but that's okay. Maybe I should take it out and just put the star dies in here, not the whole die kit, die pack. No, I'm just gonna leave them on there. It's not worth doing. Alrighty, so that's number 1. Let me go. I pulled some papers for the other ones, but I haven't really found the papers yet for everything else. But this is going to be a fun red, white, and blue star page, so might be good for July 4th as well. All right, I'll be right back with number 2. Okay, y'all, I dug deep for this next layout. This is going to be called Family Feast. We're doing Day 9 by Joanna Golding, which is that woven strips layout. I love that idea, so cute. So this is crate paper. I don't see a year on it. It's really old, let's just say that. So I have this for a background paper, and then these 2 for the strips. Now she has like a striped and a dot but I'm going to use these, a floral and then this background, because some of the girls are wearing blue, some of the girls are wearing like gray. So I think that's going to be real cute. And it was a Mexican restaurant, so I kind of like this pattern. And so I have that. And then I have some gold letters. And then I did pull a few pieces of ephemera from my binders, but I also have, I don't know that I'll use these strips, but it might happen. Who knows? There's also the border, drawing a blank, the strips at the bottom. So there are a few. I have some stickers left. I've used this kit quite a bit, and there's a few round elements on here that I might be able to pull off and use. So I'm going to include that. And then I've pulled a few ephemera items from my binders, including a taco. I mean, where else can you use a taco? It's perfect. It's just and a cupcake that's from this kit. So I think and some sodas. So I think that's going to be pretty cute. And it doesn't call for a ton. And then I'll cut hearts. I'm not sure out of what. I probably could use some scraps. I'll do that when I do the page. I keep my scraps right by my desk so that I can do that and find papers that coordinate. But I'd probably use cardstock because these are very busy patterns. So I'll probably calm that down by matting these two photos on like a blue, maybe, just to tone it down a bit. Cardstock, just use plain cardstock. So I'll do that. And I haven't done enamel dots yet. This might work. I'll do enamel dots at the end, like once I've done it, and see what I come up with. So I'm not too worried about enamel dots. All right, so there we go, day 9. That is page kit number 2. So I'm gonna pull some pink things for the next one, and I'll come back to you with page kit number 3. Alrighty, I am ready for this 2-page layout, and it's by Amy J. It's day 23 in Christie's Beautiful Life Series 18. And again, I dug deep. I enjoy these challenges because it really makes me go and dig into my papers, which I need to organize. That's going to be an organizational video coming up. We'll look at ephemera in just a minute. So I pulled this out, and I think it's from Creative Memories Fabulous. I actually have 3 pieces of paper from it because I couldn't really decide. I like this. Here's the problem. These are the 3 papers I have. I don't have 2 of the same piece of paper. I do have 2 of these, but that would be just a lot. So I have this stripe, and I have this geometric design. I don't love the stripe and the geometric design together. I could use one and then a solid on the other side, or vice versa. So that's a possibility, but I also have this, which I don't mind it with the stripe, for example. And if you look at the sketch, it's got this big round thing here. So I've gone, and it's not exact, but it's kind of a starburst that emulates this shape a little bit. And I've done that 9x9 on my Cricut. I haven't printed it yet, but it's there. And I think that will work on this stripe or on the solid. And then use this over here, and instead of the mixed media on here, I could still add mixed media, maybe some white mixed media splatters. I have to figure out if I think I have white paint. And then it's got some flags on here and some florals down the side. And this will contribute to that. And then pictures here. So that is my thinking. I pulled out this for lettering, just to remind you, these are curtain call photos. So I have all of these fun photos with flowers that really look good with this. So I think that's going to be really cute. Lots of pictures. And then I have some scraps from the same paper line, green stripes and green geometric with some flowers on the back, but I think I can use that for flags and little bits. Then I have some black scraps for matting some of the photos. And I may not, it's graphic enough, I may not mat the photos. And then I have a whole bunch of ephemera, including this smile, which I think might work on there. This love flag, so maybe that goes up there as one of the flags. I found this, which is very similar to the florals on here. So I can use that as one of the flowers. I found some buttons from, paper buttons from that same line. So they are a perfect match. I also found photo corners that match it. These balloons, these are Chamel. This love. I probably will use one or the other and not both of those. Here's some more paper buttons that kind of match perfectly. So I may use some of these instead of florals, since I have pictures of so many florals. So I may lean into these. Here's a little green circle. And then I have these florals to add. Like here's holding a bouquet, which she's doing. And then here's some of the similar flowers. Elements. And then this is a with love. And then a green leaf. A couple of black leaves. A little ticket that says dance. And so that is a lot of ephemera. I don't know if I'll fit it all on there, but it is a 2-page layout, so you never know. And there's lots of layers on this of the flowers and stuff. So I think I have an envelope somewhere. Here it is. Again, I haven't pulled enamel dots yet, but I don't really worry about that all the time for my page kits, unless there's something in particular I want to use. My daughter does like bling. She doesn't like a lot of words on her pages. She doesn't like when I add a whole bunch of wordy bits on there for some reason. She thinks it's a little bit goofy, but she likes it when I make pages for her. All right, so that is a page kit. The question is, do I want to pull particular sequins or this pink is a perfect match. I may put some of those in the ephemera bag. And then I can add some gold or other colors as well. But that's just going to remind me that I was thinking sequins rather than enamel dots. All right. I do have these green ones too, but I think I prefer these. All right, that is page kit number 3. One more to go, and then I'm going to start crafting on some of these. All right, we have my last page kit for this video at least, before I start crafting. So these are pictures. I didn't like the way this one came out, so I redid it, the coloring a little bit. These are pictures of the program and my daughter's write-up from the inside of the program, and a picture of us waiting for the show to start. So the title of this page is going to be Showtime, and I'm going to use this Day 29 by Tara Van Morse. It's some layered papers. I've pulled some really bold prints because I'm leaning into the colors in this title. So I have this black stripe, which may end up being the background. And then I have this, which is not quite big enough to be the full, there's a chunk cut out of it, but I think I can still make it work because of the other pieces that come down this way. So I'm gonna play with it. And then I have this for one of the sections. I have this, which may or may not be big enough to be one of the sections, but we're gonna make it work. And this for the strip across. And then I did also pull this orange. There's no orange in this, but there is orange in the title. So if I really need another one, I will do this. So those are the papers I have. I got this in a swap. I think it was in a swap. I love it. It's perfect for this because they were doing a Broadway theme for this show. I have a little ticket here. I got these in a swap also. Those are perfect. This was in my binder. It's a great looking star, and these were in my binder for some chipboard. So I think that's easy. Then of course we will need some, I have started a title in my Cricut that says Showtime. I have not printed it yet, but I've created it. That's going to really help my pages go more quickly. And I need to find enamel dots for this one for sure. Enamel dots, I think, are going to be the answer. Nope. This yellow would work, but I really prefer to not have a bunch of enamel dots. This yellow would work. This pink would work. And this blue would work. Not the geotags, but the other ones. So I'm going to include that. Paige Evans. All right, let's find a little envelope for ephemera. This is just packaging. I reuse it for these types of things. Let's put this in here. Those things don't get lost. That won't fit. Okay, and here is my title and my reminders. And that is, I may pull out some more scraps or something. You never know. I was having trouble finding the right scraps for this though. There are more papers in this paper pad, so I may pull out some more from there. You never know. But I don't think I have pink in there per se. I also have some more paper in this, so if I decide this is not big enough, I may pull out a bigger piece of that. A whole piece. All right, so we have day 29, and I've got that labeled here. So that's it. I am now finally ready to scrapbook some pages for Christie's Beautiful Life. Please go on her Facebook page. You can download a PDF with all of these great sketches and play along with us this month. Thanks a lot, you guys.